Hey guys, J-Man37X here bringing you episode 102 of Epic Battle Fantasy V. Last time, we got to this rather eerie basement underneath the, this mausoleum in the Redpine Town graveyard. Before that, also, we took care of a couple, there's like two small things here, because we just got the candle, so we're finally able to exploit this stuff. Yeah, this time we're just gonna kind of continue onwards here. Bit of a spooky place. It's not, certainly isn't the first time we've seen a spooky place, so it's not completely unprecedented. Okay, so everything's weak to holy here. Let's do... yeah, it probably makes more sense to just have her attack herself here. Have Nat attack, I mean. Level 34, so of course this is an optional area, so everything's going to be scaled appropriately on levels. Let's just see where Shockwave gets us. It's not too bad. Alright, and then I think we're going to follow up with a, do a Blessed Barrage, I guess? Yeah. Or, sorry, Spark Shower, that's what I meant. Yeah, we basically just want to throw out some stuns. Oh, right, those guys, oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, they just surrender every time. Okay. Well, that wasn't too significant then. Okay. They're gonna surrender. It's just gonna leave a couple of bats. We're just gonna go ahead and buff up then in that case. Let's do this. We're going to... Because these guys' evade could be a bit of a problem, let's just go ahead and do a bind. Just so we can be sure that we can take care of them when we want to. And let's switch out and do a protect. Pretty standard stuff. Okay, so I have a pretty significant talking point for today. As of when this is recorded, at least, Matt has just announced his plans, basically, for increased difficulty in, in version 2.0. This guy still needs to surrender, also. Yeah, that dispelling thing is gonna be really annoying. We'll actually want to keep most of our party not in the front lines as a result. We'll actually want to keep our unbuffed party members out in the front so that they don't, just like waste buffs. I guess you could just buff yourself. And hopefully, we don't lose that again. Sure. So he's announced his plan. I was expecting the new for version 2.0, he had teased that there was going to be, basically ways to make the game even harder. Okay, I'm gonna let this guy surrender. Do we have a way to give bless to the whole party right now? No, it's the oak mirror, and I don't seem to have it here. Okay, I'm gonna swap that in after this battle, I think. I'm not entirely sure what to do, honestly. Just defend, I guess. It doesn't really matter. We can't really do a whole lot of setup right now, so let's just do that. Why not? We're gonna kill him this turn, and then we're gonna move on. Alright, that's fine. Dispelled the one person who's already dispelled, or who had no statuses. Okay, let's just kill him, and we'll carry on here. Yeah, so I thought it was just gonna be a new difficulty, some sort of difficulty higher than epic, but that's not the case at all, actually. It turns out he's adding a bunch of new difficulty options, basically, where you can, enable and disable specific challenge increases. So I'm trying to, I know someone sent in my Discord pretty recently. Here we go, okay. And he's been adding to this list too, so this, I'm gonna do it in just a second here, hold on. You got unbuffed, that's disappointing. Jeez. This dispelling weather is really obnoxious. I really wish I had brought Bless into this fight. We'll fix that for the next one. Let's just do a beer and let him go to town, I guess. Sure. Okay, that was a little bit on the disappointing side, I would say. Sure. It's pretty good. Okay, hopefully we don't get important dispels. Nope. Okay. Take this guy out. And last wave. Okay, so I'm gonna get some more surrenders here. These two guys are really the only problem. So we can just completely focus on them. Might be able to even just clear them out this turn, actually. Let's see. Let's see if Matt can finish this guy off in one hit. Not quite. Well, we're certainly gonna win this, though. But anyway, so... Oh, he was below half, so he surrendered anyway. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so version 2.0 is getting a bunch of different statuses, so I'm just gonna read through them briefly. One that increases foes' resistances to elements and status effects. So, you know... So here's some more binary. Feel free to let me know in the comments what all these... or not binary, what do I mean? Morse code. Jeez. Let me know in the comments what those mean. Also, we got some pretty nice-ish stuff there. Mithril shards are good. I think there's... Yeah, we got another fight here. Alright. This one's also 3 waves. Okay, so there's definitely gonna be a setup wave in between, so I'm gonna... And we can stun and freeze these guys, so not really a huge threat. So, yeah, increase to foes' resistance and status effect weaknesses. Basically to give them key resistances and key resistances to certain status effects. I'm just doing this so they die, or they surrender, by the way. Now that I know a bit more how that actually works. One that gives all foes 10% more evade, which is just annoying. So basically you actually are going to have to really factor in evade, debuffing, and accuracy buffing moves into your setup. I should have swapped her equipment a bit. Okay. Well, that's probably fine. Should still work most of the time. Says that. There's one that gives foes 20% more HP, which, as you can imagine, against something like Neon Valhalla would be horrible. Just that alone. You know, 20% more HP. That's something. That's something, alright. Something called Status Antibody, which, I didn't switch in the thing I said I was going to. Right, okay. I'm distracted with talking about this anyway. That's fine. Not too concerned about it. Alright. Basically, foes gain resistances to status effects after you inflict them with it. It says plus 10% resistance every time. So basically, eventually, you will put yourself in a situation where the boss is completely immune of any enemy, but this is mostly going to be a problem against bosses, where they will be completely immune to whatever status effects you're trying to inflict them with, and you basically won't be able to win. Like, you will be completely, irredeemably screwed. That's one of the statuses I'm more afraid of comparatively. That's a pretty scary one. Here, let's just finish this guy off quickly. Just kind of throwing out attacks here. I stun him, so it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, he's going to surrender. That's not really what I want. But we can keep him stunned here and just do some setup. Just cuz. Okay, he's going to die next turn to Virus, which I think is what we want. So we'll just let him do that. Man, I wish I'd remembered that with Mirror. It's probably... We'll probably do fine here anyway. So that's one I'm particularly worried about. We got Combo Shield. Total damage multiplier from crit hits, buffs, and status effects is capped at 5x normal damage. This is basically the only thing this influences is one-turn kill setups. I mean, with elemental multipliers, the cap is still around 15 times multiplier on a single hit. So that's still a lot, honestly. I would say in general gameplay, that's probably not going to change that much. Unless you were keen on doing OTKs, in which case they're basically impossible now. Okay, so we got some more Fallens. Okay. As before, I'd like to just weaken these guys as much as I can. So that I can at least get them to surrender on their next turn. So let's do this. This should get this guy weak enough, I think. Yeah, so he'll surrender, and we'll be good to go. Let's do a beer, sure. So that one's not too... Oh, right, they surrender immediately. Okay. That's probably fine, then. Alright, this turn might be a little bit Oh, that was close. Okay. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. Nerfed resistance. Equipment gives less elemental and status resistances. It says about 40% less. I'm not 100% sure what he means by that, but that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a pretty significant problem, I would say. So basically your equipment is going to be helping you a lot less in key moments where you generally need it to. Oh, right. Already took your turn. What am I doing? We'll just do this then. So that one's definitely on the more concerning end of things as well. Your attack is debuffed, so just let's try and oh jeez. I'd like to try and set up some poison here. I'd also really like to kill these beheaded Fallens, or at least keep them incapacitated. Alright, nerfed Revive. Revived players cannot take a turn immediately. I really can't say that I care for that very much. That's one I'm really dreading having to deal with. So I was when I read nerfed Revive, I was expecting it. Excuse me. I was expecting it to revive to have a cooldown or something. But this is probably worse because this nerfs every single way that you could possibly revive. So no matter how you revive yourself, that player will, or however you revive someone, they will miss their turn. No matter what. So that's another really bad one. That's, some of these are, you know, we haven't even gotten to some of the even worse ones. There's, like, some of these are really bad. Alright, he's gonna take his turn. I keep forgetting to, heal her or do something with her. Time limit. You have 30 seconds to take your turn. That, for me personally, that's the one I'm dreading the most. I do not much care for very strict time limits. Yeah, I find them to be exceptionally stressful in... I should have done a different order, but that's fine. Exceptionally stressful in trying to... Especially in a game like this, and especially if you're trying to do all challenges where you have to, you know... You really need to think through your turns. But you have 30 seconds for the entire turn, is the problem here. So, you know, we're not talking like 30 seconds per player, you know, or something like that. As far as I can tell, that's 30 seconds per entire turn. Which means that if you try and do some, you know, multiple turns setup, it's just not gonna happen. Because, you know, if you do like a Viking Monolith play, you then have 5 turns that you need to figure out what you want to do in 30 seconds. Oh, his attack's not up. Oh man, it does not sound fun at all. If I end up doing, which I'm going to at least try to do all challenge run, if there's any of them that I'm going to run without, it's actually going to be the time limit, if I had to guess. We'll have to see how it all goes. Even if it was like a minute, that would be, you know, a lot more, I think, doable. Oh, I didn't, okay. I don't know. That's really rough as far as I'm concerned. This next one, food ban. I pretty much play like this anyway. Basically, rare food items are banned in battles. I basically don't use them as it is. I use them in very, very rare situations, very, very late in the game. I just naturally play that way. So that is actually the easiest one for me, because I pretty much already do that. And then the last one, at least in the initial list, was no HP bars, so basically you can't see how much health your enemies have. It's kind of like how, you know, RPGs used to be. Okay, we're going to take a little pause from that. We got another Morse code string here. And we have the Emerald of Life. This is the last of the 3 original gemstones from the 4th game, if you remember. So there's that. That is all 3 of them. We have seen the location where we use them. I don't plan on doing that quite yet. That's something I think I want to save for a little bit later on. Let's never go back in there. Nothing to freak out over. There were a lot of skulls. LARPing session. Oh, Anna, so innocent. Alright. So, I think... Let me think here. I'm thinking of going to Grand Gallery. But that would mean that I once again have to actually remember what part of the Grand Gallery I'm in, because I always forget. I always forget which part I'm in. Okay. So I will actually be right back while I try and figure that out. Okay, so it turns out we actually have the last of the 4 bottom rooms here to take care of. This one right here. This is the last of these sets of rooms. Something hidden here. Flying some dirt balls. Makes sense. This one's guarded by Gimli here. Already made a big mark on the world. That's kind of cool. Well, thank you. Okay, so this one actually only has a couple of fights too, I believe. So that works out pretty well. I think Anna's still set up for instant death. Well, hold on. Because the squids can be instant killed, if you recall. Whoops. Pretty sure she is, except that I'm gonna switch. I like the harp, but I'm just so used to using her as full-on status archer. So let's just do it. And obviously that's what we want here anyway. Okay, so those were all the original difficulty options that he had mentioned. Then, you know, obviously he's taking input. These guys are only 50% resist. That's so ridiculous. Okay. You know, he's taking input on new ones, and there's been at least 3 that I know of that he's since added. Cool. Easy fight. Okay. So the first set of new ones here are what do we got? Offensive foes, which is foes have 30% more attack power. I believe he had one that boosts HP and evade, so basically all of their stats are going to be buffed if you do all challenges. 30% attack power is pretty significant too. Also, we got big eyebrows. This gives really useful resistances, as you can see. Also combos well visually with the mustache. I mean, fully leveled, 100% resistance to 4 actually of the most crippling status effects. It's pretty good. Well, I mean, really 3 crippling and then 1 very annoying with stagger. But like confuse, instant death, and stun, those are all really bad. Also, really quick, I'd like to demonstrate visually. I think No Legs is my favorite look for the eyebrows. Let's actually give it to a few other people. I've never actually seen. Oh god, I love the eyebrows. Alright, what did you have before here? Is it the clock? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Alright. So, then we also have counterattack. This is an interesting one, and one I think that, so he's actually been doing a playthrough recently, where he's actually, you know, trying all challenges. He's also been saying how I think in one of the first fights, he had to grind out limit breaks at the very beginning of the game. And this is the creator of the game. I am very scared about doing this run. But anyway, counterattack. Many foes have a chance of counterattacking when hit. So basically how, you know, some of your players have equipment that will allow them to, retaliate when they take damage. Basically, enemies can do that now, too. He listed some examples. Cats, I think he said, will always counterattack. 100% chance to counterattack. Trying to think of how to play this out. I think we're going to try... Sure, why not? We'll see if we can get any off with this. Most likely we'll just have to wait until Anna's arrow rain is back. Wow, that was a lot better than I was expecting that to go. Wow. This is level 37, by the way. These guys are actually pretty tough, pretty high level. But of course, instant death ignores that, so. Alright. Sorry, that kind of caught me off guard. Let's just do that and it'll probably work. Oh, right, okay. Well. That's good enough. This guy's gonna die anyway. No, he's even gonna surrender. Alright, it's fine. See ya. Yeah, so he mentioned cats. Cats will always counterattack. I think all of their monoliths will counter with, or maybe it's just cosmic. Cosmic monoliths, I think, will counter with teleport, where they just teleport over to you and just do huge physical damage. Also, here's an extra golden ticket. Not really useful, but, you know, it's there. And it might have listed a few other examples. Okay, that's a lot. These guys are big. 39, level 39 worms. Alright, we're obviously gonna kill, oh, actually. Okay, some of them we're not gonna kill instantly, but that's fine. They'll be at 1. So that's good enough for me. Yep. Oh, okay, that works too. So yeah, if I catch up on any more counterattack news, I'll let you know. And then surprise attack, where foes will actually attack first when you enter a battle. I think that happens unconditionally. You know, it sounds like, oh, surprise attack, maybe you can avoid it, but no, I don't think so. I think, and how that works also is that when a new wave comes in, they will also attack first. So the problem that I have where, you know, basically if an enemy surrenders, the next enemies come in and attack immediately, basically that will happen all the time. So, you know, the surrendering thing won't really be an issue because it will just do that just like on its own every single time. So that's another pretty scary one. Trying to see, let me look through really quick if there's any more. Pretty good, you know, nothing too crazy from these chests, but pretty good. This is a very easy, very short little path, which I like. I'm gonna go ahead and head back. We're gonna pick things right back up in the Rapture, I think, next time. But I do really quick want to finish going over this, so I'm just gonna kind of scroll through. Matt mentioned that no enemy respawns might be something he does as well. So that's another kind of... Basically, that it will prevent you from grinding at all. Which is also concerning, considering that, you know, with how tough this is going to be, there will be a max level that you can be at any given time. Which, when there's already all these other challenges, that doesn't sound very nice. Trying to look, I think that was... Okay. Worms will spit webs to counterattack. Putrid worms spit, cuties curl, apparently. He's capping at 2 counterattacks per player attack. Most foes have 25% chance to counter. Some, like cats, will always counter. Monoliths counter with teleport. So I guess all the monoliths will do the teleport. And then he starts doing the run. Okay. So those are currently all of the challenges that he's planning on adding. I don't think I'm gonna do a full YouTube series of that playthrough, but I think I'm probably gonna try and live stream epic difficulty plus all challenges, and then depending on how it goes, I'll upload probably the highlights, basically all the really tricky moments, so all the boss fights and major fights that I'm able to get through. I wouldn't count on it. The creator of the game is having a very difficult time with it from what I can tell. So, I don't know, man, but I'm gonna try it. But anyway, so I digress. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check the description for a link to my Twitch.tv channel. Currently streaming Mario Maker 2. I plan on moving on to something else soonish. Just for a bit of variety. I'm getting a bit worn out with Mario Maker. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions of, like, basically roguelikes. So I could revisit FTL, I could revisit Legend of Gungeon, maybe some Binding of Isaac. I'm going to be playing that later this year, though, so maybe not. But anything like that, feel free to let me know. And also check the Discord if you want to keep up to date. Fabrizio, aka Omega Sentinel, is like the head moderator in the EBF5 Discord. He's been keeping us up to date with the most interesting news. That's where I was just scrolling to get really quick info on that. In our EBF5 channel, and we got channels for a bunch of other games as well. But yeah, next time we're just going to continue through the Rapture. I'm not sure where we're going to pick up, actually. Probably start heading over through the kind of the fire area. How many orbs do we have? I think we have 2. Yeah, we have 2 right now. Well, actually, no, I'm wrong. I forgot we have this. So I think we'll actually pick up with this next time. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, so next time we're going to see where this strange path leads us. But until then, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.